This is session 5 of our Road to Quran Mastery series. Our journey with Quranic med is almost over after discussing natural med, connected, disconnected med, linking med, and med lazim. And today we'll discuss another type of med that is very strongly related to natural med, which is temporary med. So let's get started. As you should know by now that the natural med letters waw, alif, and ya get extended for two harakat as long as they're preceded by a vowel of the same nature. However, if one of the med letters was the letter before last in a word you're stopping at, then you will have what we call المد العارض للسكون, or in English, temporary med. So, المد العارض للسكون, or temporary med, happens when you stop at a word and in that word a med letter came before the last letter. And in this case, you may extend the med letter for 2, 4, or 6 harakat. And it is called المد العارض للسكون, or temporary med, because when you stop at the word, the short vowel that you see at the end of the word is removed and a temporary sukun is generated. But if you do not stop and you keep on reading, then the temporary sukun will never exist and you will have to pronounce the vowel at the end of the word. And we see the temporary med used in this example. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Or if you want to extend for 4 harakat, you would say قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Extending for 6 harakat is also possible, like so. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. So, when you stop at the word, you have the option to extend the temporary med for 2, 4, or 6 harakat. But if you keep on reading, the temporary sukun will disappear and you would say قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. That's why many beginners choose to extend this temporary med for 2 harakat, because it's less confusing, since you will always extend it for 2 harakat, whether you stop at it and treat it as temporary med, or keep on reading and treat it as a natural med of 2 harakat. Finally, you have to remember that المد العارض للسكون has to be consistent in your recitation. This means that if you made the choice of extending the temporary med for 2, 4, or 6 harakat, that you'll have to stick with your choice until the end of your recitation, meaning that if you choose 2 harakat, that you would then use 2 harakat for all the temporary med in the entire recitation. And if you choose 4 harakat for the temporary med, then you will have to use 4 harakat for the entire recitation for the temporary med. So, temporary med, or med al-arid lis-sukun, happens when a letter of med comes before the last letter of a word you're stopping at. And the last letter of that word should then have a temporary sukun. At this point, you may extend the med letter for 2, 4, or 6 harakat. And in my opinion, the easiest option is that you extend it always for 2 harakat, because it would be extended for 2 harakat if you stop at it and if you keep on reading, since it is a natural med anyway. And now it's time for the recitation of today's lesson. Today we're going to recite from Surah An-Nisa. And this time, if we stop at a word that causes temporary med, it will be highlighted with this color. But if we keep on reading and it would then turn into a normal natural med, it would then turn into this color to know when to apply which rule. Towards the end of the recitation, the highlighting of colors will disappear so that you would learn and apply the rule for yourself. In my recitation, I chose to extend the temporary med for 4 harakat. You may have different choices in your own recitation. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم تر إلى الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب ألم تر إلى الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب يشترون الضلالة ويريدون أن تضلوا السبيل والله أعلم بأعدائكم وكفى بالله وليا وكفى بالله نصيرا من الذين هادوا يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه ويقولون سمعنا وعصينا واسمع غير مسمع وراعنا ليا بألسنتهم وطعنا في الدين ولو أنهم قالوا سمعنا وأطعنا واسمع وانظرنا لكان خيرا لهم وأقوم ولكن لعنهم الله بكفرهم فلا يؤمنون إلا قليلا يا أيها الذين أوتوا الكتاب آمنوا بما نزلنا مصدقا لما معكم من قبل أن نطمس وجوها فنردها على أدبارها أو نلعنهم كما لعنا أصحاب السبت وكان أمر الله مفعولا. Now it's time for the challenge questions of this episode. Today's questions are from the 5th juz from Surah An-Nisa. The first question is, O you who believe, obey God and obey the Messenger and those on authority among you. And if you dispute over anything, refer it to God and the Messenger. If you believe in God and the last day, that is best and a most excellent determination. The second question, whatever good happens to you is from God, and whatever bad happens to you is from your own self. We sent you to humanity as a messenger, and God is witness enough. Were you able to find these verses in the 5th juz in the Quran? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned something new today. If you did, please like and share the video for other people to learn from it. And please subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in session 6.